よかったな。はい。うわー、クロック様、どうしてここに？
I want to escape from Princess Lessons episode 2. This episode was a hoot and a ball. I will tell you guys straight up, I laughed a lot this episode. I don't know quite how I feel about her continuing to talk to herself in third person, or how she keeps kind of like breaking the fourth wall. That's going to be a hate or love it thing between you and the anime, and I don't think I really like it that much, but it doesn't... Although it's a breaking the fourth wall kind of tactic and thing, I don't think it actually breaks my immersion or entertainment value. So it's kind of like it just kind of like cancels itself out. I would prefer if it didn't try and break the fourth wall. I personally would rather it be just her internal monologue and her internal thoughts. But instead of kind of looking at the camera, camera, looking at us, the viewers, and kind of telling us like, her thoughts, I would rather it just be inner monologue. But again, like I said, it doesn't really break anything. But overall, I thought this was a really, really fun episode. And let me get my negatives out the way first. So that was the first negative, is the breaking the fourth wall. Second negative continues to be Crown Prince Clark. Crown Prince Clark continues to be my other big negative. And this episode, it was made evident that, he still really loves Leticia, and he only wants to reproduce with her, which is hilarious that they use the word reproduce. And he's still in love with her, and blah, 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 right? My big problem with that isn't the fact of his feelings. It still continues to be the fact of, how can there be any romance between these two characters when he let her, for virtually 10 years, be miserable, right? Like, if you are a crown prince, if you are a prince, if you are a king, if you are a, super duke, whatever it is, if you're a high noble and you have somebody who you truly love, whether you're a kid or whatever, right? If you have somebody you truly love, and you're going to let them just be miserable and have an awful time in life. Because that's what she was doing. She was going through these princess lessons, and she lost her sparkle, right? Like, she was going through and she was doing these princess lessons, and she was just a bag of miserable. And anybody who interacted with her would know that she was broken and just not her, including him, which is Prince Clark, who should be if he loves her like he says he does, then he should have been the first person to notice all of these changes with her, especially if he fell in love with her for who she is. Then he should have been fighting for her, tooth and nail, to say, like, I don't need her to be what you're trying to make her be, mom, dad, queen, king, whatever. And he didn't do that. And now he's coming and running back and using the guise of being ignorant and trying to re-win her over and trying, show that he loves her or whatever. And I'm not saying that he's not going to break through the barrier, because I think that's the point of the story, is him breaking through her barriers once again. But her biggest barrier is she doesn't want to be royalty. She doesn't want to be the next queen. She doesn't want to be prim and proper. She wants to be who she is. She wants to be selfish. She wants to be, which everybody in life should be, selfish. You only have one life to live. Don't live it for anybody else ever, including anybody who's close to you. Like, you need to be selfish. And if you're going to have a partner or spouse or whatever, they need to share in part of your selfishness. They need to compliment you, not control you. So that's my big thing with the show, is like, although I think it's adorable, I think it's cute, and Leticia's awesome as a character, just the main premise of the show, which is Prince Clark trying to get her back, essentially, and trying to now convey his love and everything else to her, it's like, it's a hard barrier to get over. It's a hard hill to climb, just because it's like, well, we've got introduced to the thing of the show, which was she was basically left in this princess boot camp for 10 years, and then now you're gonna come save me after I've already been like, yo, I'm out. I just don't know how I feel about that as like the main premise of the show. Now, everything else, episode number 2, I thought was awesome. I think, seeing Leticia out in the wild, going and doing fly fishing, seeing how, which we weren't really privy to how much time has passed, but she has basically integrated herself in this town. She is, trading fish. She is testing reels. She is creating the things you use to fish, like the little hooks and stuff that you put on fish. She has integrated herself into the townsfolk. She knows everybody. Everybody knows her. She's raising livestock, and livestock that includes ducks and cattle and cows and all the stuff that she wants to do. She's living out in the wilderness or in the outdoors. She basically wants to run a farmland and be selfish and do the things that make her happy, which is always, so I love being able to see that. And then I really like, the comedy behind it too. I thought there was just a lot of funny moments this episode. I like her interactions with the brother. I like the purple hair girl, Arowana. I like how the Arowana girl was losing her mind during the princess lessons. I love how she showed up randomly. I like how she ignored her the whole time in her existence. I like how she struck a deal with Arowana, like, if you let me go, I'll hook you up with my brother, kind of thing. And he's rough around the edges, but he's handsome and this and this and that. And I thought that was really funny. And I did find the Prince Clark stuff funny too, right? When he burned his lips on the fish. When she told, like, oh, I actually didn't look at him before, but he is kind of pretty. I found all those moments funny. It's just kind of like what gnaws at me at the back of my head is just the main premise of like why he's there and like the main thing of the show, which can kind of kill the show for you a little bit, or for me personally, just because I'm like, well, all this stuff is fun, but the actual main thing I just don't vibe with. So that's where I kind of get lost on it. But episode 2 I thought was good. I think it was a solid 7.5 out of 10. I think 7.5 out of 10 is pretty good. I think there was moments of just like, it was fine, but then there was other moments that kind of really uplifted the episode. And I was definitely engaged and entertained the whole episode. I think those are 2 things. Like the 3 things, actually, no, there's 3 things I look for every anime episode. Engaging, entertaining, and fun. Like, fun can be funny, fun can be comedic, fun can just be like, wow. Like, but is it engaging? Is it entertaining? Is it fun? I think those are the 3 things. And when those 3 things are missing in a show, it's kind of really hard to really love it. Now, on the opposite side of the coin, you can have, really serious shows, and it's like, okay, is there drama? Is there love? Is there intrigue? You know what I mean? Those are kind of different things for those different genres of shows that you kind of look at. So anyway, those are my thoughts on I Want to Escape Princess Lessons episode 2. Didn't disappoint. I loved it. I think this is still one of the really good shows of the season. But hey, it's not the best, but there is some really good stuff here. I just kind of want to share my opinion. So let me know your guys' opinions in the comments below, my friends. I'll see you guys next week for episode number 3. Have a good rest of your weekend. Peace.